Lewisham, looking like he in Jamaica. You're in Lewisham.
Yardy, real yardy.
He's a full yardie.
Oh.
All right, so
Lewisham.
all right, so yeah, listen, this is the Deck 1, Deck 2 podcast, and Fats and I are just gonna be talking to DJs week in and week out about the DJ life and the things that are going on. Obviously, right now they've hit us we're at a major time in the scene, you know what I mean? And looking a bit sticky for us, really. But every booking where we've all got is gone for the foreseeable.
Gone.
You know what I mean? So we've got to look at ways of keeping this industry alive and keeping our sanity. And I guess that's probably the reason for all the lives at the moment. People are trying to keep relevance and their sanity. You know what I mean? Look, Kash Kid gone mad already. Look at Kash Kid gone mad already.
Sunglasses on the inside.
Yeah, man. So Fats, take it away, bro. Let's get this thing rolling.
Yeah. Well, we might as well just do a little intro, innit, of everyone that's here. Obviously, I'm Fats Official, your host for the most, you know what I'm saying?
Bless up, Fats. Bless up.
Yeah, cool. C6, the heartbeat of the party. Obviously, there ain't no party, so I'm just the heartbeat for the moment.
Heartbeat. You need to be the heartbeat of Insta Live.
That's it, just a heartbeat. Muddy. Your glasses go on now.
And me? Yeah, Kash Kid. There I go and take a rough life easy, you see.
It's a rough life easy.
That shit is killing me.
All right. You next, Mr. P.
All right. Mr. P.
With the P on the hat. Hooli.
Oh, me. Sorry. We don't even P, you know. Yo, oh yeah, P, blood. Madonna. Yeah, man. You don't know already, man, Mr. Hooli. You know? New in a Roadshow family, you know? Worldwide. Is it? Yeah. I mean that.
Young Jenna.
Yeah, man. Stixy D, Stixy Dan, whatever you want to call me, you know?
All right, and Old Foot. You know what I mean? English Fire, Black Chiney, $1 million voice, man. Mr. C. What?
God.
All right. Yeah, Fats, take it, bro.
All right, so let me kick it off like this, yeah? Obviously, the current climate in it is crazy for us right now, yeah? So the question at hand is, do you think that due to like this virus, the whole DJ scene is gonna change basically? Like the way in which things are running, the way things go, because obviously it's shut down everything for us at the moment. But when it comes back, you think it will change the dynamics of raving?
You know what?
Nah.
I think instantly, once it's all lifted, I think there'll be a couple wicked raves. I think people right now are shook, bro.
Yeah.
They're so scared that I think it's take a very long time for normality in life to just get back to get back.
Yeah, but I don't think that as soon as we get the go, as soon as we get the green light, I don't think that it's gonna be everyone rushing out like mad, like the place is gonna be that like everything's gonna be ram out, pack out, and everybody's event's gonna be nice enough. I feel like there's still gonna be tiptoes, you know, people just gonna be tiptoeing into the party, gonna be seeing who dead first, you know what I mean? You met one group of friends go, you met one group of friends go and see if they come back safe. You know their way there. I think definitely gonna be going on.
I think it's going to boil down to demographic, to be honest. I think 18 to 23-year-olds, when that's lifted, they're going to run out, to be honest with you. I think 18 to 23-year-olds will be out and they will be in a club. And if you're keeping a party and it's geared towards that, you're going to be smiling because it's going to be rammed. Over 27, the 27 to 30, the 27 to 40, we are a little bit more conscious. So we'll be like, all right, I'm going to see what's going on. We got kids. We're not going to be out as much. But that 18 to 23, 24, bro, they out.
Yeah, they can't wait.
They can't wait.
They probably got little parties.
Some of them are out. Some of them are out now.
Yeah.
Some of them are out right now.
Like the little secret parties.
Ready.
Yeah.
Them young youth, they got the crepes on already. They're ready. They're itching.
Bro, I'm telling you. It's mad. And it's so crazy that you can just wipe out livelihoods and just everything just like that. It's kind of a situation right now where I'm feeling like, bro, hold on. If this happens for a year, like
what as in the race being locked down for a year?
Just all right, let's say all right, I don't think we're on full lockdown yet. I think we're not. I think it's gonna get a little bit worse because the numbers of the
people them now fucking listen. That's why
the numbers are gonna go up. So therefore, it's going to have a bigger impact. Then they're gonna lock things down. But whilst the lockdown, all the club owners, enough of the clubs are gonna go out of business.
Yeah.
Because people cannot afford to pay for something that's not running.
That's not open.
Yeah.
They got to pay their rent.
But saying that though.
Let me ask you a question. You saying the clubs are going to go out of business? Yeah. I hear that, but a lot of clubs pay rent.
Yeah.
And establishment.
Bro, what kind of internet you got, man?
English up on the dial-up.
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. He's using hotspot. What are you doing, bro? What is this?
I'm using 5G.
That's the problem.
You better careful. You better careful with the 5G. Don't put it too close to your face.
Don't get yourself no virus with no 5G, you know.
You know what I mean? Burn out your face.
Bring yourself back to a 4G, 3G, like around there. Don't run with technology, you know.
Hey, English, you were stuttering though, man. I didn't even catch the point where you was making in a car. You're stuttering. Gone again.
On again.
Yeah, ting mad still. Ting mad.
Where are you, in Texas or somewhere?
Man said Texas. Fuck
Country boys, where you there, man? Hey, English, where are you, man?
Remember, I live far.
Where you there, man?
Yeah. All right, you're gonna have to stick a pin with your question because I can't hear a word you're saying, bro.
All right. So what I think he was trying to say is that basically the venues pay like rent in it. Like they don't own the venue in it per se. A lot of people. So if they don't own the venue, then obviously the government will step in and possibly cover certain things in it for a while.
Okay. But do you know what though? The thing is though, what's mad when you think about it, is I definitely think a couple of venues will go out of business, but I feel like majority of the venues that are known for holding events, and not even just on one side of things. I mean, all kinds of events, no matter whether it's just club nights, whether it's weddings, whatever, any kind of event that these venues hold. I feel like a lot of these venues have certain things that are put in place, not necessarily for a pandemic, but something that's put in place in order to prepare for a rainy day, if that makes sense. So, for example, like venues like, can I think? So for example, Ministry of Sounds. Obviously, Ministry of Sound is far-fetched because it's a proper franchise, isn't it? But at the same time, somewhere like Ministry of Sound, a pandemic can't cause Ministry of Sound to go out of business because the way their preparation is gonna be set up. This is a venue that books dates in advance, all like from up to like 24 months. So, and they're obviously not gonna be the only venue that works like that. The ones that will go out of business are probably the ones like, for example, like Nouveau. Obviously, Nouveau's not open now, but Nouveau, like if Nouveau was still running, Nouveau would have gone out of business a long time because they're not preparing for that. Like they're not set up that way. But somewhere that's like, you know, like a Revs being a chain, for example, they're gonna have to prepare for things like this because it's not just pandemics that can fuck up.
It's their infrastructure. Their infrastructure is already set up to.
But then that's what I'm saying. So
in saying that, that's a good point.
Yeah.
But in saying that, what does that do for our scene? Because the Revs and the ministries and all of that, we're not really in there like that.
Well,
the Nouveaux are our savior.
this is the thing. And this is why I feel like a lot of us need to look at this a lot more optimistically. And obviously, it's different for me because my scene is different. Although I've come up through, I made my name through this scene. Like my scene now is different. But that being said, it's good because it kind of disciplines a lot of DJs, sounds, and acts to think about the lane that they're in, rather than putting yourself on a circuit that isn't so long standing. You now have to, your back's against the wall, so you now think, shit, what am I going to do? Now these clubs are closed, how am I going to get work? So it forces you to think, nah, do you know what? Let me pattern up my thing properly and make sure that now I can get myself put in the right circles. So obviously everyone in this chat, like, we're all of a certain level where our things pattern up properly. So it's not really going to affect us to the point where it's going to be like, oh shit, what, no bookings, raw, because everyone knows how to market themselves. For DJs that don't really know how to market themselves and they just cut in and out and just get a phone call here and there, they're probably thinking, oh, fuck this DJ thing, man, it's long now. But if you're marketed a certain way and you think about this in the long run, like, unless they said, rah, we've got 6 months and the world is done, then like, you're gonna, I feel like it just forces you to think a bit different. I feel like it's like, it all makes us think ahead. So like, a lot of us shouldn't really be thinking about the next 6 months. A lot of us should be thinking about, Raj, you know what? Like, how am I now going to prepare myself for any other, like, pandemic or whatever that comes up in the future? So I know that if when it's done, I can get back on the train and I can just be good.
I think what Stix is saying is real still, because it's more like, you know, if you're a man that's been working. Six, you posted something yesterday, yeah, that clapped home wickedly, yeah. Where certain people are not preparing, you know what I mean? They spend, they live hand to mouth, they spend, they don't save, and then when something like this hits, they ain't got nothing. And they're rushing around the place looking for pasta and bread and all these things, you know what I mean? Because they ain't got nothing put on, bro. They ain't got nothing put on, you know what I mean? Yeah, look at Andrex and them thing there, but it's pretty similar to the DJ thing, where I feel like, especially us, we've set ourselves up in a way where we can just easily adapt. We haven't got to climb again. We can just shift across, you know what I mean? Which is why the live stream thing is popping off, because if anything happened to all the clubs, you know what I mean, we're still in a position where we've got a good following, we've got a good base, you know what I mean? Our groundation that's following us.
Put it like that as well.
1 second. Do you think that live stream thing, because me personally, my opinion is that we're doing that crab in the barrel thing again.
I agree.
Just
100%.
We're 1 week in.
100%.
Do you know
so many live streams? It's mad.
I said, do you know what I said the other day? I spoke to Simple. I spoke to Simple Siren about this the other day, and I said, I'm not saying that no one can't live stream. Do your thing. Everyone's entitled to do what they want to do. Do your live stream. But my thing is this: if you're going to do a live stream, at least promote it as if you are putting on a dance. That way,
what have I been saying?
That way, if you promote it like you're putting on a dance, when you get like when you get your people listening, rather than just having 2 or 3 listening because you just posted it up, you can have 20 to 30 or whatever. Exactly. And obviously, it's not 100 or 1,000 or whatever, but it's not about that. And I think people are doing it from the wrong perspective as well. A lot of people are doing it because they're like, oh, everyone's doing a live stream. It should be a selfish thing. Like, if any of us in here to do a live stream, it shouldn't be because everyone else is like, Raj, you know what? I'm going to do a live stream. I'm going to play this genre of music. It's going to go like this. So if you want to lock in, make sure you lock in, and you'll build like extra fan base or followers or whatever.
I'm seeing it being promoted like a dance.
For some people.
Yeah, for some.
All white affair, all black affair.
I haven't seen that.
Yo,
that's inventive.
What have I missed?
Popular color nights, slipper nights, all these kind of nights. Go on.
Did you see the church thing today?
Yeah,
Corey dressed up with the shirt.
Oh yeah. That, you know what? That was good though. That was good. I can't lie. I can't fault him for that. He went full in. It was either half or you go full 100.
Man put on a tie, man put on braces.
Yeah.
See, I think like C6 is too much. Every day.
It is, man.
No, son, do you understand?
Blood
You're
clot.
not giving anybody anything to look forward to.
sorry.
Can
English,
you not see me?
Bendy, press the camera thing.
Bendy's an old man, you know.
Bendy's old, you know. Press the camera thing.
Camera thing, you know.
He's old but young. That's the maddest thing.
Press the
I
camera.
don't know what.
Right to the right.
Yo, start the video.
I'm pressing. Oh,
What's happened to me?
Trying to get into the thing, you know.
Yes,
I'm
pilot.
just lost to them thing there.
Yes, pilot. Yes,
Was that the
pilot.
voice?
Man said yes, pilot, you know.
He looks like he's playing. He looks like a pilot for real.
like he's playing Fortnite or something.
Yeah.
It was.
He's a
I was
gamer.
playing FIFA still. I was playing FIFA.
Yeah,
but
Bendy.
C6, let me tell you what I would like to see, right?
Sorry, go on. Go back here. Go on.
All the DJs right now should be able to see their power. And we are all supposed to be colleagues. There's 24 hours in a day. I don't want to see 9 DJs on at 9 o'clock. What happened to 4, 3, 2, 1? Like, Kash should be on at 1 to 3. C6, 3 to 5. Hooli, 5 to 7. Fats, 7 to 9. English, 9 to 11. Aaron, but you got 13 DJs on at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, but English at the same time though, brother. It's the same with dances. It's come like dance. Remember, once upon a time, one man would have a dance and book a hotel.
Exactly.
Everybody would just drive to the dance. And everybody's just out for themselves. Everybody want to find.
But you know what?
Exactly.
You know what?
That's
Yeah.
the problem.
And C6 can vouch, yeah, and Fats as well. Being from South, yeah. You see the one thing that the man them from North, from West, and even East have on lock. Them man link up with each other all the time. All the time. There's not one time that I haven't been. If Hooli or Cypher or Richie's ever booked me for a dance, yeah. If they did a dance at like Royal Lounge, the lineup, New Winner, Pure Vibes, Invasion, Chucky, them man are always on the lineup because for them it's like, raw, like these men are from the manor, Vendetta, they're gonna book them. See, like in a lot of the other areas, especially in Southeast will do their thing, Southwest will do their thing, and then like when it comes to joining up and actually just a man saying, "Raj, you know what? Now can we do a dance?" and it's just all of us. If it's not ego, it's like a man will just be like, "Nah, but we want to book someone to bring a crowd, or we're gonna book someone because we feel like they're better than this person." But it's just like, all right, cool, but if there's no form of unity. Or if there's no form of unity or any form of like a man passing respect to one another, then how is anything going to withstand?
Mute Vendy, man. Mute him.
Yeah, man.
You can mute him, you know.
He's a madman, you know.
Yeah, man.
You can't see right now, man. You can't
Lock
go
him.
nowhere.
You know what, Aaron? I hear what you're saying, yeah. But I know that there's a bag of DJs over them sides, the North Wheezy side, that don't get a look in. No,
of course.
And it's the same over, like, there's, you know what it is? I'll tell you one thing. Me and Fats was talking one time, and you see with DJing, yeah, anybody can be a DJ. Because you don't have to go through no training, you don't have to get a certificate, you don't have to go to the DJ's college, you just can be a DJ. And if you're a DJ and you know a promoter, or you know, then it just keeps expanding. The amount of DJs are expanding, and therefore there is not going to be no unity because there's just too many people. So even little things like when I try to do this DJ dinner, I try to invite as many people as I can. Big up Vendy, always travels from over. Fats always travels, but no man like Hooli, them man they snub the thing every year. Snub, and that's my brother, but he snubs it every year. Everyone over them sides snub it. The only people that come from over them sides, Vendy, Pure Vibes come one time, Invasion, everyone snubs it like but that's not. It's not.
You know what? All that dinner talk aside, yeah. We have a reason, you know, we have a reason already.
Hooli's a big shag, fam.
Shut your mouth, Vendetta. Shut your Yo,
He won't even
don't
come to your christening, much less blood clot fucking dinner. Hooli is the biggest shag.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
don't even
cool.
bother why waste your blood clout.
All right,
Message
cool.
on that,
He
brother.
coming like
Yo,
Wiley. He coming
Yo,
like Wiley.
don't try define
Nah,
my
seriously.
character, you know, yo. Hey.
Hooli just about turns up to bookings, much less.
Well, he didn't
So,
come to
you know,
mine. He didn't come to my
Fuck's
birthday.
sake.
He didn't come to the last party of the year.
Hold on a minute.
The last fucking blood.
What's this call about? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening?
What is this?
Hey, Sticks, what's happening here, brother?
Boy, I mean, annoying. I come like them. I try to slander the
You know what I mean?
Hooligan, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what though? You see,
to bookings, blood.
nah, but you see the difference. I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
Him not turn up to no dinner.
Hey, Vendetta, shut your mouth, boy. Hey, you know the difference. You see the difference with the live stream though. 'Cause I've been on enough man live streaming and man from north, south, east, and west. Sometimes you get the normal set of gal, yeah, and it's like just going into raves. You see the regular faces. But then there's also like different names.
Fucking life, blood. All them gal.
Different names. There's different names. You get me? That's popping up on the stream, and the interaction's different with different people. So I don't know. I get what English is saying still when everybody's just doing their stream when they want. But at the same time, it feels like there's different ears and eyes on all of these different streams. You know what I mean?
I hear that still.
Because the online thing, everybody's got their friend.
Is it? But listen, think about it. Like, just even the way, even the Instagram live on a phone, like, is it even the best way to come across? Should we not be looking at something better? Look what EZ just
Like
done.
this.
Like, EZ just done the 24 hours on his YouTube.
But
so you can just sit in your yard.
But six, you know what you got to remember, and this is something like when I chat to my brother about this all the time, Large Up Godfather for them that don't know. When I chat to him about this, yeah, I say it all the time, like, and he kind of reminds me, but I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, a lot of DJs I feel like they don't think big of themselves. And when I say think bigger than themselves, I mean, of ego-wise, yeah, they'll be like, yeah, man could do this, man can't touch it, man could do that, whatever. But when it comes to having a long time, like, vision or where they can be in the next 5 to 10 years, they don't think about that because they're thinking about the now and the hype and all that. So a lot of that, like what Isa just done, doing a live stream to YouTube and setting up camera and getting the right equipment and all of that, that's not even in their mind because they're following everyone else. Like, rah, COVID-19, rah, man, I have to do a live stream. No, bruv. Like, you don't have to do a live stream. It's actually not, it's not a necessity for you to do a live stream. You can, but it's not a necessity. And if you're really going to try and separate yourself, then you would do what EZ does.
It's not a necessity, but it does keep your fans entertained, though. Like, it does.
Yeah, no, of course.
You know,
No, I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not saying it don't. It definitely does. But I feel like I said, a lot of men are doing it for the wrong reason because they're doing live streams, but I guarantee
enough men are doing it for clout.
Exactly. And I know a lot of men, like I said, they're not going to set up like, they're not going to think to themselves like, Raj, you know what? Have I got a camera that I can use? All right, do you know what? And obviously it comes down to loads of different factors, like if you can afford it and etc. But if you can, then you invest in yourself, Raj. You know what? Let me order this.
Two questions.
One second. Getting back to what I was saying, yeah. If you think about it, you being on your phone, like you're not doing yourself and your fans any service. They get one phone call, they're gone. One text, they're gone. One WhatsApp, they're gone. Like,
lying still.
It's not really entertaining the way we should be entertaining. So maybe, you see, like, EZ's thing was put on by Boiler Room. So why can't we host our own YouTube and when a Roadshow does a set, English does a set, and put it out properly so you can sit there with the big YouTube on your TV, music playing while you're cooking. You don't have to hold your phone. Why don't we think bigger than literally what we've done is, oh my God, it's all gone wrong, and then gone to the easiest thing.
The panic mode.
It's a life changer or a life saver. It's not.
That would make sense still.
But then it you know it is as well though, yeah. It goes back to what I was saying just now as well. Like, all right, put it like this. Don't get me wrong, yeah. You see, in terms of raving, the club scene, like the I don't even like using the word, but the urban club scene, that like it's very important to London and to raving in general, especially to history as far back as it goes. It's important, but there's a reason why certain men separate themselves. Like, for example, like, all right, let's use someone like Westwood as an example.
Who?
Hold on, no, wait. Listen to what I'm saying. Westwood, I know, there is a bunch of men in my phone book that would wipe the floor with Westwood as a DJ. Wipe the floor with him. But every DJ in this group would wipe the floor with Westwood. They wipe the floor with him. But there's a reason why Westwood has gone to where he's gone, because of the vision and doing certain things and whatever else. And obviously, yeah, of course, 100%, fam. Because there's same thing.
And he likes young things as well.
We don't need to get into that.
What color is the background of this?
But
what color is the background of this?
Yeah, that's cool because I can use someone else.
Oh, okay.
We can talk about Trevor Nelson. Same thing. Trevor Nelson, another one. Trevor Nelson. So let's not use Westwood. We'll use Trevor Nelson. Again, there's a lot of man in this group, a man that I know that in terms of ability and knowing how to select and knowing what to do in what city and what country, they're better than Trevor Nelson, 100%. But because of Trevor Nelson's vision and what he obviously wanted to achieve, he obviously just fought bigger. And I don't feel like there's not enough of us that do that, bro.
Do you think that he fought bigger, or do you think that he was given an opportunity?
He might have been, but at the same time, you don't get given opportunities without putting yourself in certain circles.
Bro,
and that's
some people get opportunities.
Yeah, they do, but it's still them getting put in certain circles. 100%. It's always down to them getting put in certain circles. Like there's man that I know, like there's house and garage selectors that I know that are shit, bro. But because they put themselves in certain circles, they will get the phone call, and especially if they're a nice guy and all that, and they play the game and rah, they get put in certain circles.
Some man people back to get through, you know.
Don't you think that some people are used as well? I put you in that position because it's use you. You know what I mean? So like for Trevor Nelson, do you think Trevor Nelson was used? Do you think Trevor Nelson was used as like, we just need a black face?
Possibly, very much so. Possibly, yeah, I can agree with that. But then at the same time as well, yeah, there's also that, like, you know why I don't like to think about it as being race, because there's a lot of successful African and Caribbean DJs. There's enough of them. So yeah, especially even on my side of things. Now, a lot of people feel like when it comes to dance music and electronic music, it's a white thing. One of the biggest electronic music DJs in the world is Carl Cox, bald-head black brother from Barbados. So, like, Carl Cox isn't someone that was used. Man,
Carl Cox looks like Fats.
Oh my God.
Fats, woke up, bro.
Oh my days.
He's awake. I'm only joking. I'm just checking that he's awake.
Lord Jesus.
Just joking, bro. Just joking.
Bendy, the cough.
Like Kash, what do you think?
Yeah, like chill with that COVID-19.
I just recover.
But yeah, I feel like
all right, my boss. Just recovering from flu.
Someone like Carl Cox is a proper figurehead. So yes, there's definitely people that are used, and there's a lot of coconut man about 100%. But at the same time, like, I feel like there's a lot of examples where that's not the case. Even someone like Shawnee B, someone that he's got himself into a certain a certain platform.
English.
You get me?
English.
Boy,
that's I wonder. I never hear that one there.
That shit might look like you know something.
English, talk to me.
Hey, listen, does anyone have any Wi-Fi they can lend to English? Because his thing.
No, you need it bad right now.
Yeah, man. His thing is just fine.
All right, so real quick though, two questions. Two questions whilst English is sorting out his thing, yeah? 2 questions. Obviously, this live streaming thing has been going on for a hot minute, but only now, through the COVID thing, everyone's jumping on it as a resource, yeah? So, one, why has nobody really taken like hold of this live stream thing before now? And 2, do we think that it's going to continue when the events and the raves and the venues?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
I think let me
say, yeah, fair. So I think, we're being honest, isn't it? There's no money in it, bro. It doesn't get you. You might gain some followers, but not a lot of people know how to turn followers to money, which is why you have like people with thousands of followers, but they don't know what to do in it once they have these thousands of followers. Do you know what I mean? And there's no money in doing a live stream on Instagram for your followers. What money do you make from it? Although I did see Corey have his PayPal and his Cash app.
Yeah.
What's that for tips and that?
For tips. So
Money pull up.
So
Money pull up.
you could possibly use it in that way. And people were sending him money. So
I don't rate that. I don't like that.
why?
I just think that's a bit too.
It's a bit sad still.
Yeah, a bit wanty. I don't like that. That's a bit
Man
much.
said man said wanty.
That's my opinion. I believe if you're gonna play music on the Instagram thing,
why you have
play
Cash
music.
App and all? It's supposed to be.
Yeah, I know, but he's not saying pay me. If it was a thing, but if it was a thing where the man was like, if he had a private like room and he said you have to pay to come in, then you get me, that's one thing. But he's just saying, yo, donate to the thing car. Obviously, you may have food for buy. You know what I mean?
To be fair to Corey, yeah. Do you know what I think? No, I hear that. But do you know what I think, yeah? And this is something that I say a lot. A lot of people, especially DJs as well, yeah, they do this thing where, especially online, they like to make themselves out to be someone that they're not. So Corey, for example, Corey's mindset behind having a PayPal and a Cash app, in real life, that'll be, well, yeah, I'm going to entertain you, but if you actually respect me, you'll contribute.
Yeah.
But so as much as I understand, I hear the fact that, no, man, do it for free for the love. I hear that. But Corey's mindset is, no, I hear all of that as well. But if you respect me, you'll do it. If you don't respect me, that's fine. Don't pay.
But do you think it's right to do that at this time? No. Do you think it's right to do it at this time when the reason you're doing it?
It might not be. It might not be. But at the same time,
everyone's suffering right now. So
no, of course, it might not be. It might not be right. But at the same time, Corey isn't faking it. A lot of man will fake it. There's man out there who'll do this for free and they're begging for a man to pay.
Arrogance.
So
no, why I don't rate that. Yeah. If you're gonna juggle music, just juggle music and entertain and make people feel good. In this time and in this moment, people are stressed, depressed. People have lost family. People have lost money.
No, it's true. It's
lost
true.
Job. So one. So just give me your vibe and entertain the people.
Yeah, but you don't have to spend your money. You don't have to.
No, but that's what I'm promoting it. Whilst he's DJing it.
That's
Remember the Cash App here?
That's fine.
He's saying for pull-ups. He's like, if you want to
pull up, if you want pull up,
Cash, can you do that in the dance?
Yeah. So what about that in the dance? You do it in the dance.
You do it in the dance, bro. Where the money there for the pull-up? Where the money there? The money in the pull-up.
No, I don't do that. I don't push it. I don't do that. Right,
Cash Kid, but it's done.
I'm taking money pull-ups, but I don't promote it.
Push for the money pull-up. If it comes,
money pull-up spoil the dance, man.
Yeah, but C6, we know it's part of that dancehall culture. We know it's part of that dancehall culture. He's not saying to be. Remember, now Corey has 200 people every day on his live. 200 people, right? He's saying if you are in there and your vibes and then you're enjoying it, and you want to contribute, here's my Cash App, here's my PayPal. Yeah. He's got people Cash Apping him £10, $20, £5, £2. He may be making £600-700 for the week.
Jeez, I might have to jump on that to
Think about it. See, every day, 5 days a week, 4 hours. You get £20, £2, £2,
Bro,
£1.
I would juggle. I would do a shift. I'll juggle an 8-hour shift.
Now, see,
7 days a week.
For some DJs, that don't have that second income, or like Hooli was saying, and Stix, for some DJs that haven't invested their money the right way and that could ride out this time, this may be an avenue for you.
Avenue, man.
But don't whore it out where you're doing it every day, all day.
That's what people are doing.
But just don't beg. Don't beg. Don't beg.
I don't need to do a live.
Tell them, man, don't beg.
I don't need to do a live. I'm all right.
Yeah. I haven't done a live. I don't think I want to do a live, to be honest.
I don't think I'm going to do one either because I just feel like it's oversaturated.
You know what?
Overdone.
You know what? Let me ask the next question then, yeah? So obviously we're talking about the Insta Live, yeah? And people paying or the DJ saying to them, pay some money in it. Yeah. So on the flip side, do you think that someone could set up, let's say something like this, like a Zoom, yeah? And then tell people basically pay to enter?
I don't like it. Still don't like it. No.
You could do, but it's like
I still don't feel
we're
it.
taking virtual. You take the virtual, and then you got to realize we have the only way to meet for me that I can charge you is if I can guarantee you enjoyment, like proper enjoyment. So when you come in, so if we were to set up something, and then it was, you could then plug it into your Alexa and tear down your house with it. Then it might be something like, right, okay, we're bringing the rave to your yard, but just holding it in your phone, to me, ain't the one.
Yeah, but let's say you're using this app, Zoom. You can use it on your laptop, yeah? So you're using Zoom. You've been on my Instagram for the last 4 days, every day.
I've invited them back still. It's recorded anyway, because then I can just fling it on the and then we can then push it this way. You get me? So
chop it up.
Something different. You know what I mean? But you know, I quickly want to answer your question that you asked earlier, Hooli.
Yeah.
People they do lives every single day. People film their radio shows, and you know what it is though.
Oh yeah. I know that, you know. Really I know that people do their radio shows, but people just don't. People are not there. They're not promoting it like that.
They just don't really.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right.
You gotta think about it. Like Instagram is a scrolling thing. Like people like scroll. It's something.
But that's what I'm saying. Why
stand there and watch someone's head back while they're flipping, playing? Do that for like 20 minutes. It's boring.
But that's what I'm saying. Why? My thing is, why hasn't no one? Like, I haven't seen no one. Why hasn't no one done a mix and actually promoted it? Like it's like.
Well, I have, but you know that's my thing, innit? Like,
what do you mean?
Because surely you should.
What do you mean, Sticks?
Like a SoundCloud mix or whatever.
Loads of DJs done that.
No, people are still doing SoundCloud mixes.
Yeah, but are they promoting it though, like how they should be?
Yeah. As far as I've seen.
More so than lives, because I'm seeing more Instagram lives than I am SoundCloud.
No, but
because you know what it is, a live. I've done a mix. I've done a recent mix. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a quick plug. The Bashment Marathon, the old school edition, 80 minutes of non-stop old school bashment. You know what I mean? But that's 80 minutes. That's 80 minutes of proper hard work. It's been put together really well, and it's put out there. Going on a live and chatting is easy. People like the easy way out. So the serious ones will continue to do their mixes and drop them regularly. But the Insta Live is now, right now. I want it now.
I've personally seen 9 quarantine mixes in the last 4 days.
Yeah, quarantine.
I said quarantine mixes, you know.
Quarantine.
They all say quarantine mixes.
But see English. But this English. This is what I'm saying though. Even that. Why does everyone follow? I don't understand this, bro. Why does everyone do this? Why do we follow what an ad? I'll never understand.
Follow fashion.
I've seen 9 quarantine mixes. It is 9. It either says quarantine or isolation.
Hold on. All right, let me ask you a question.
Understand.
Right, Sticks, if you done a mix right now, honestly, like just try and forget this conversation for a quick second.
Yeah.
What would be in your mind for calling it? Honestly.
I'm not cool. Listen, I'm not calling it nothing to do with this thing. Quarantine, virus, none of that. For what? Why?
Yeah.
There's no need for it.
I think most people...
It's C6.
There's no need for it.
If I was to do a mix right now, I'm calling it outside.
Yeah.
Like, there's no need. I don't. It's the easiest thing to do.
Vendetta? I'm trying to get him back, but he's
But Sticks, I think what we don't remember sometimes, DJs do a mix. Let's say every month I do a mix anyway. Yeah, I call it flipping hotter than hot mix to every month. Now there's something here that may draw in people because it's happening now. Do you know what I'm saying?
All right, but
so the
I hear that.
Thinking,
I hear that. 100% hear that. But then this is what I say. This is what I'm talking about when I say it's the problem when people latch onto hype. Hype is something that dies very quickly. As quick as it gets big, it dies, innit? So
Hype, yeah, I'm done, you know.
Nah, man, hype dies, bruv. If you've got something, for example, let's use genres and artists as an example, yeah. For example, there's a reason why now most tunes don't last the test of time because it's hype. So stuff like Gun Lean, for example, when the clubs come back, no one ain't playing Gun Lean no more. It's dead. It's done. It's out. It's done. It's finished.
I don't have
Gun Lean's finished.
The example.
No, it is. Gun Lean's finished. When the clubs come back, Gun Lean's finished. It's done. It's out. It's done. It's
been done.
But you can still draw.
You play to a kid. You play to a kid.
It's done. It's finished. But there's things that stand the test of time because they're not hype. When things are done out of just being organic, it's not hype. So it will stand the test of time. If you're gonna do something for hype, it will just die out. And this is what man don't understand. They do something for hype for the quick buzz, and then they don't know how to maintain it. And then they start running around thinking, oh shit, what can I jump on next? And
give me an example then. Give me an example of like a recent example.
What, of something that died down quick?
No, that didn't die down quick. That didn't. Even something
that didn't die down quick.
Yeah. Because there's some quality music coming out now, but it's still dying. But that's just the climate of music.
It's just saturated. The market is saturated.
All right. Let's take a tune like it's old, but it still gets played in dances now. So what's it? Stacey Orrico, Take Me Away. That tune, yeah.
Who? That only gets
Stacey Orrico, Take Me Away.
Only gets played in Sweet Father Sweeney's dance.
Blues dance.
It don't. If
old man dances.
Any proper R&B selector will drop a tune like that, and it will still get played. And it will still get played because it's not hype.
It's classic.
It's new. It's classic. It will still get played now because it's not hype.
But even saying that, though, that tune is still old. So like, give me a modern day.
Yeah.
Give me a modern day.
Well, the thing is, this is the problem.
Yeah, go on.
Fever. Let's talk about like Fever. Fever's 4 years old now, you know.
Cartel.
It's 4 years old. Yeah, it's 4 years old. That's still, look at Shabba Motherfucker, Dexter Daps. That's even older than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but it's an organic song. That song is
that
ain't
nowhere.
That song ain't going nowhere.
That's not going nowhere. Nowhere.
Well, this is
never die.
Even if you look at Gas is
very old. Never die.
Gas is very old.
But this is what I'm saying.
That's 4-star. It's 4-star.
That's all it is. This is what I'm saying. When things are done, all right. For example, all right, let's take let's take dancehall for an example. Yeah, all of the tunes that come up with dances, whatever tune it is, it could be Stucky, Nolinga, whatever. All of these tunes can still get played because that is part of dancehall culture. That is the culture. These are things that don't die down. Like throughout the generations, there's always been a dance that's been done throughout a certain period of time. Now, you take something like Migraine Skank, for example, going completely left now. There's a reason why a man hear Migraine Skank in a rave and think, oh, for fuck's sake, bro. Because it was done off of hype. It wasn't
organic. You play it in a rave right now, it will go off.
Yeah, but
you play it
in a certain rave.
No, but because you got to think about anything that you do specialist, people don't like the surface of specialist. No one don't like this. If you're a specialist, anything, you play the surface, you're in trouble. But when you're in a multi-genre, they want to hear what.
That's who you draw for.
So soca, it's real soca. People don't want to hear Palance, but you play Palance. No. You go to a real soca dance and play Who the Hell Is Him. They kick you out the dance.
That's fine, but that being pushed aside, there's a reason why.
What this mother skunk? Come out here, man.
But there's a reason why Gracious Cake would never do a Migraine Skank again. It wouldn't happen.
Yeah, but that's based on the fact that that song is a classic. So it's hard to
it's not. It's not.
It's not.
No, wait.
Not.
No, wait.
It's not.
No, wait.
It's not.
It is
a classic.
You know what?
It's a classic.
You know what it is? Hold on.
Let me give you an example.
It's like 100% a classic, bro. And you know what? I'll tell you something.
It's not, bro.
I'll tell you one why I say this, yeah? And I don't mean any disrespect by this way, but because of your age, yeah, there's tunes that you can roll your eyes, but there's tunes that you won't have felt the effect to. You won't know the effect.
Listen, no.
Hold on.
Let me land.
You know why you can't say that? Let me land. Let me land, bro. Let me land, bro.
No,
Let me land.
hold on. But you know why you can't say that to me?
No, I can say it to anyone.
That to me.
Why?
No, you can't. I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because when that tune come out, I was in dances. Remember, I've been in this thing since I was 15, bro.
Bro,
I
you
was
weren't
playing that.
Listen.
I was playing it. When
You
that
wasn't
tune
in
come
dances,
out,
bro.
No, bro. When that tune come out, I was rinsing it. Man can't tell me that.
Bro,
I was playing it.
When that song came out, listen,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. Anybody that is not, there's things that, like, for example, I didn't experience Jodeci and H-Town at their height because of my age. I know the tunes, but the raving experience, I don't know that. My older brother was in the dances when they were at their peak. So his understanding of those tunes and my understanding of those tunes are two different levels. You get what I'm saying?
Bro.
So hold on.
I hear your point.
When I was 17, when I was 17 and I was garage raving, I understand garage because of my raving.
Yeah.
Raving to
I hear you. I hear where you're going.
When Migraine Skank was popping,
No, but this is what I'm saying. No, bro, but that's what I'm saying. You can't say that to me.
But
People of my generation.
I know you.
No, you
I
don't.
remember you from his.
No, Six, but you don't.
I remember you from when you was. I met you in 2006. When did I meet you?
No.
When did I meet you?
Because you would have bucked me, what, 2011, 2012? You bucked me. Maybe even a bit after that.
How old are you now?
Listen, bro, I'm 26 now. So from 2009,
you don't know about
even 2008, I was in dances playing the tune.
You were in Silks and Spice and Club Flex when that tune just come out, blood.
Yeah. But regardless of being in those two venues, I saw the effects of what Migraine Skank did. I saw it.
What dances were you in?
I was there, bro.
Wait there. It doesn't matter what dance you was in. Let me just clarify.
It doesn't matter.
No, it does, bro.
Let me just clarify something. Sticks, why is Migraine Skank not a classic?
Why is Migraine Skank not a classic?
Yeah, how is it not a classic?
All right, cool. It's a classic, yeah. If you want to talk, if you want to talk in terms of for the fact of the effect that it has when someone plays it, everyone goes, "Oh my god, funky." But what I'm saying is this. This is my point when it comes to hype and things that die down. There's a reason why. That's the only thing Gracious K is remembered for. It's the same thing where man can say, "Oh my God, Ice Ice Baby, that's a classic." That's the only thing everyone remembers.
Can I ask a question?
I don't know though. I don't know if you can say that. You know.
Why?
Let me ask the question because let me ask the question because I'm a complete novice to this.
Yeah,
I wasn't around with Migraine Skank. I don't know. Is that song more nostalgic over a classic, or is it a classic over
nostalgic? 100% nostalgic.
That's what makes it a classic.
It's a classic.
That's what makes it a classic because there's tunes.
No, but it doesn't.
That's what makes it a classic.
It doesn't.
Because that tune, still now, when people hear it, it takes them back. It takes them right back.
Yeah, it takes you back.
Depends on the age group, Six. It depends on the age group.
That's what we're talking about.
The youngest.
That's what I said.
You've
got to remember, there's every single year, there's classic tunes that resonate with different people differently. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but at the same time,
there's tunes that I think are dead, but to another generation, they are classics, and you cannot go around them.
No, but there's a difference though. But there's
a classic though. What, like timeless? What's a classic?
Because it's a timeless classic. It's a funky.
Yeah.
It's a funky classic. It's definitely a funky classic. Within funky, in one of our raves.
I'm not even hearing that.
That tune goes off. Still.
All right, hold on, Aaron. So hold on, listen. Aaron, name the top 10 funky songs ever made. Classic.
The top 10. Oh, that's mad. I'll give you one. Do you know what's the most?
No, but is it in there? Is Migraine in there?
It's not. Fuck Migraine Skank. Do you know what? Do you know what's the most classic? Do you know what's the most classic funky tune of all time? And man can't even attest this. Apple, Desegalizer. That's the most classic funky tune ever.
Come on.
Fact.
No, blood. No way.
That's fine. No, that's fine.
No way.
Wait, that's fine. What's the classic vocal song?
Vocal. Either, it's out of two. It's either Tell Me Where It Is or In the Morning. 100%. Over what Migraine Skank?
No. Kyla, do you mind?
Yeah,
Kyla, do you mind?
Sorry. Yeah, my bad. Or do you mind? Yeah, Party Hard as well. Over Migraine Skank. Migraine Skank does not make it.
When I said name the top 10, Migraine Skank is in the top 10.
No way, bro.
It's in the top 10.
I think as a party starter. As a party starter, I think Migraine Skank is definitely up there.
No way, fam.
Definitely.
But do you know what? To be fair, I'm the wrong one for this conversation because you man are multi-genre, so you're gonna say that I'm the wrong one.
But that's what I said. That's like having an argument over. Because me, if I was having an argument with people, and I would argue and say, soca, who the hell is Kim and Dollar Wine or whatever is that, and then a soca DJ would be like, bruv, move from me, like don't chat. Yeah. And that's what I said to you earlier. Specialists of anything.
Yeah, but it's not about. It's not.
You see, when it comes to dancehall specialists, yeah, don't just think you can float around and play cartel and these basics. You know, there's some artists that dancehall specialists play that we don't even have it. They don't even come into our juggling.
Yeah, but the difference is, this is the difference. Yeah, this is the difference. This is what I'm talking about when tunes are made off of hype. The thing is with Migraine Skank, yeah, what also makes it cheese to me is because it's not original.
Why is it not original?
Because it's not his beat.
Name another song. If it's not original, name another song about a headache.
All these songs ain't really original now, bro.
Yeah, but if it's an original rhythm, if it's an original rhythm, then that's different. But it was jumped on because of the time period.
Do you not think
that's why he jumped on it?
Do you not think Apple was made big? Is that the one with Are You Gonna Bang? Is that Apple?
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Do you not think that contributed to that rhythm being so big?
What? Are You Gonna Bang?
Are You Gonna Bang was huge.
Yeah, but the beat itself.
Yeah, but do you not think that contributed to the beat being recognized and standing the test and being so iconic?
Maybe to that Apple, but that's not the classic one. DCA Galazo is the classic one.
Why do you say that's a classic?
Because DCA, bro, I wish Cold Steps was in this conversation. DCA Galazo is the classic one, bro.
Unfortunately, Cold Steps is not here to back you up.
DCA Galazo is the classic Apple tune. That is the classic one. That's the one that when that's played, it's mad. Like, it's mad.
Did John Steps vocalize that?
I hear you, really, because I know the song, yeah. All right, but let me flip this now, from what you said in it earlier, yeah. You said that when it's just off of hype, then they die or whatever and so on, innit? Yeah, so Gracious K couldn't make another Migraine Skank. But if we take what you said earlier from, what's my man's name? Gunlean, yeah?
Yeah.
In the world of drill, yeah? As in drill that gets played universally. Yeah. You know that Gunlean is now a classic in drill, innit?
No fucking way.
But yeah. No, hold on. Hold on. But facts. You know what? I don't necessarily
drill.
I don't necessarily disagree with that. But the difference is this, yeah. You got to remember with Funky, yeah.
Who still plays Gunlean?
This is what I'm saying. But with Funky, yes, people in multi-genre dances.
You know?
Oh my God. In multi-genre dances, stuff like Migraine Skank and that will work and whatever. But this is the difference. At least, so I'll go back to what C6 said when he was talking about specialist things. So you talking about if there's certain tunes mentioned to you, you'll be like, get out of it. But it's the same thing as someone telling you that Who Am I on the Playground Rhythm is a classic, is in top 10 classic dancehall tunes of all time. You're probably going to be like, oh, whatever, man.
It is, though.
But I would agree with you. Definitely is.
I would agree. It is. But the difference is with that is, one, it's an original song for a start. Two, it's by a fucking original artist. And three, it wasn't done out of hype. Migraine Skank can only be played in one setting. Listen, I don't play Give Me the Light. Yeah, I would play every other piece on the buzz. I would play Jimmy Ranks, right? Rather than fuck's sake.
But you cannot go around that Give Me the Light is a dancehall universal classic.
Yeah, it is.
Universal classic. But the dancehall people, it's nothing.
Never. The dancehall people would never say that.
But to dancehall, the world of dancehall and dancehall to the world, that's a dancehall classic. So
which is my point about.
You know, you can go if you go anywhere in the world and you play "Give Me the Light," Zim's Who Am I? Heads Eye, and you play even from a Red Bull. Yeah, you.
Alright, cool.
And
do you know what? I got a next
you're the man.
Yeah,
Romy. I think Romy is a classic.
Yeah,
running no games and all them tunes.
I got a next point. Hey, Fats, I'll ask Fats because Fats can 100% will 100% be able to relate. If you had to, if you had to go to a completely left setting, someone that's very, very far removed from funky, and you had to pick a tune to represent the genre, would you use Migraine, Skank?
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Fam, listen.
Do you know why? Let me tell you why. Yeah. As much as you say all of this, you know,
outside of the UK.
Yeah. So if I was to say to you, if you was to say to me,
outside of the UK,
if you was to say to me, what is funky house? I may just play you Migraine, Skank. To make
outside of the UK.
Fair.
You see, Aaron,
fair. That's valid.
You're killing your own argument because you're speaking from a specialist.
I'm not.
No, listen. You're speaking from a specialist, but you're asking him to then take it to a basic. When you speak to a basic, you're gonna give them the basic.
But it wouldn't be Migraine, Skank, though. Why would you give them that?
Okay, wait there. I'm not gonna play.
What would it be though?
He's not gonna play Apple without no lyrics because that wouldn't do the.
Then play Do You Mind then?
But I'm possibly not gonna play. That's funky house. But that's what the crowd is gonna go crazy to. I need to play you the song that universally the child, the mom, the dad, the uncle, the aunt, everybody is gonna go crazy to that one song. That's the song I have to play you.
All right, Aaron. Give me a garage classic.
A garage classic.
That everyone knows.
Oh fucking hell!
Because technically, you can't talk about no MCing. Because garage, all of these Soul Solids and all of them, that's. But they are classics. For some, Envy is it's a classic.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. If we'd have to go down that route, then arguably the biggest garage tune of all time is probably Flowers. Arguably.
But then that's just the same as Migraine, Skank.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is mad, bro. Because it's mad. This is mad, bro.
Because you know what mad. I get you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that.
We hear what you're saying, but C6 is right. You're saying it from a specialist in that genre. For you, it's not for you.
Maybe I am. Maybe I am. But
it would hit for them.
Then
I feel like you can play Flowers in a wedding, christening, funeral, second birthday party, 10th birthday, 50th.
Yeah, but then
where you can play Migraine, Flowers.
But everything. This is my problem.
10 people.
But then this is my problem when I talk about things that are made off a hype. So even this, oh my God, not too long ago, I was working with this brother. He's from Finland, so he's completely far removed. So he was asking about garage, So AJ Tracy, Ladbroke Grove. Exactly. See how everyone's like, oh, fuck that. Right. So he was like,
that is not a garage song.
All right, but this is my point. He was like, so AJ Tracy's a garage MC. I said, whoa. I said, whoa. I said, what? I said, brother. I said, listen. I said, I'm going to talk to you like you're from London. I said, brother, hear what I'm saying to you. I'm like, do not go out a road and say to anybody that AJ Tracy is a garage MC. Don't do that. Do not do that. Ladbroke Grove, do not get like, please don't do that. But then this is my thing. There's going to be people out there young. Yeah, people out there younger than me, because of the beat, they're going to be like, yeah, it's garage and it's a classic. Rare. Bruv, like, this is my problem.
Right, listen, did garage need that though?
Need what?
Yeah. No. To bring a different...
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Because garage is pure old people, you know.
It didn't. Yeah.
Pure old.
It didn't. It's not. But it's not.
Name a new garage song. Name a new garage song.
Bro, which young garage artists are there?
Again, when it comes to garage song. When it comes to garage,
I got LimeWire.
I said LimeWire. When it comes to new garage, there's a bunch of producers now. There's a scene of garage now.
Yeah, give me a song. Give me a song and I'll download it. Honestly, I don't know any new garage song. None.
What? So you need a generic tune.
I just want any new song that I can listen to and be like, oh shit, garage is still being made.
Just go online. There's
Is the Ladbroke Grove song
the new garage artist.
Is the Ladbroke Grove song considered garage?
To some people.
So it's a garage.
Does anyone under 20 even listen to garage?
Say that again.
No, this is the thing.
Anyone under 20 listen to garage?
Yeah, there's a scene.
It's a garage technically. Yeah. So they possibly do. But you're talking about almost like what H said, like they don't listen to Grand. But what Stix is saying is technically they do. They just don't know, some of them, that it is garage. They're listening to AJ Tracy, who is technically on that market right now. He's made technically a garage song. They just don't know they're listening to garage. To them, they're listening to, I don't know, pop.
Yeah. So you see that JK tune, JK chat.
AJ Tracy tune is a garage pop tune, though.
It is.
Arguably, yeah.
It is, yeah. Definitely.
All right, you know that that Bashment guy, Lali, whatever, yeah? That sings that tune. What's it? You know that tune? Yeah, now, to be honest, yeah, that's dance. But to me, he can't he can't come in the dancehall conversation. But
why?
Because it's an idiot tune. Because I grew up on 90s dancehall, so to me...
Hold on, hold on, Six.
This is what I'm saying. Hold on, I'm saying the same thing as you. Because I'm saying, to me, how I look at my relationship with dancehall, yeah, means that those guys don't have a place. They don't have a place in dancehall to me. But the fact is, I have to accept that they are dancehall. I have to accept it.
Yo, this redskin piece. Listen, you see how much they're cussing me because I'm there cussing Migraine Skank, and then you're there saying the same thing about this.
No, because I'm not. No, the difference is the difference with me and you. What I just said was my relationship with dancehall doesn't allow me to accept these dead artists and bring them into the. But the fact of the matter is, they are dancehall. And if I like it or not, they are dancehall. But you know, and you're in denial because you're saying you're going by preference. No one ever said No one ever said Migraine Skank is a fantastically made song. We're saying it's a fucking classic.
Yeah,
no one is saying it's my favorite, but it's a classic.
Do you know why it's harder to use stuff like funky and garage and stuff like that, especially where Migraine Skank is concerned, right? Because this is the difference, yeah. It gets too technical and it's too debatable. For me, there's certain things that aren't as debatable. With Migraine Skank, first of all, the original tune by a producer from France called DJ Gregory. The beat is called Don't Panic. That's the name of the tune. Before that tune, funky was unheard of. It wasn't a thing. Don't Panic is actually a deep house song, technically. Technically. Yeah. DJ Gregory didn't make that tune in the studio and go, right, I've made funky. He's made that tune. It's deep house. That's what it is. But because Gracious K's come in and started fucking chatting his shit, talking about
this sounds a bit personal.
This sounds a bit mad still.
Hey, Stick, what happened?
Give me a bit marginal, bro.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? No.
Yeah, my dub.
We'll get you a dub.
No. Fuck that. I just don't like. I don't like all the Skank. I don't like all the Skank shit. It's cheesy to me, so I don't like it. But like I said, what you're saying about when it comes to dancehall, a lot of the tunes, although like for example, all the bait tunes, they might to you you're thinking, oh, that's bait. I can dig deeper. For me, it's not about Migraine Skank being bait and I can dig deeper because there's bait funky tunes I still play if I have to play them. For me, it's more about the authenticity behind it and it's standing the test of time. So yes, in a multi-genre rave, you play Migraine Skank, it will go off. But on a grand scheme of things, Migraine Skank, bro, there's more.
You just don't like the puppy show, the little dancey funky.
Yeah, because
the little puppy show one, them, yeah.
Marcus Nasty has said it in interviews all over when he talks about the genre standing the test of time. He said it a bunch of times. Tunes like that, it ruins the genre because it makes it look like it. Yeah, of course it does. Where's funky now? Now, well, to be fair, now there's actually a resurgence. But until that point,
but it was more than skanking tunes ruining a genre, bro.
Yeah, obviously it's more than that. It is more than that. But at the same time, the
Did it
authenticity,
Oli too much. That's what they do. 50,000 in 10 minutes.
the authenticity in the music will always make a genre stand the test of time. Always.
So name
There's a reason.
Name a genre that is been popping and never had a dip.
Hip hop.
Come on, man. That's not the biggest dip.
Nah.
But that's never died.
The only,
That's probably one of the only genres ever
a
stood
lot,
the test of time.
a lot
That's
of
the
genres,
biggest dip.
a lot of genres have had a dip, but at the same time, there's also things that come to the forefront because of people jumping on hype and sounds and shit. So, for example, now there's a bunch of people that'll be like, "Oh, there's no hip hop anymore." When in a matter of fact, there's bare. There's man like Joey Badass, there's Griselda, El Camino, there's bare like real gutter hip hop man, bare of them. But because of Migos, Lil Uzi Vert, and all these man, everyone will think hip hop's taken a dip. But it's not that. It's that certain things come to the forefront. But again, like I said, the difference is Lil Uzi Vert and all these man here. They'll get played in a club for about 3 months, then the next tune will come out, and then it's done. It's done with. Same thing with Drake's albums and shit. Like
but listen to this though. But is that Lil Uzi Vert, or is that just how music is currently consumed?
Thank you. You're quite sensible, bro.
I'm not.
Well, have sense still.
Yeah, obviously, music. The way music is consumed now is a bit mad. But then there's a lot of factors as to why music is consumed a certain way. Because as DJs, we hold a lot of power. But I feel like collectively, a lot of us don't do enough to make certain tunes stand the test of time because we jump onto hype. And I feel like that's a big problem.
So name a hip hop song that out of the guys you just mentioned that you think will tear down a club.
That would tear down a club.
Yeah, out of the guys you just mentioned, just the names you just mentioned. Yeah, because you got to remember, some people make music for the club, and some people make music for their core fan base. But then club music is club music, bro. And you're never gonna hear track 19 on.
But I don't know how much I agree with that.
So that's what. So name it. I've asked you a question.
Yeah, because all right. I'm trying to think. If I think about Griselda have got a big tune at the moment called their big tune's called Dr. Birds. If you play that in certain venues, there's man that and there's chicks that might like it. But at the same time, there's
would it go up in a club? Would you advise me on Saturday if Saturday had clubs open? Would you advise me? Would you advise me to play it in a hip hop set? Would you advise me to play it? Say like
not a Ross Club.
Yeah, but then all right. But then for example, I've gone out. I'll go back to I remember being in a rave and you specifically, Six, yeah. I think it was a Top Cat stance, and you played the Popcorn and Gigs tune on Welcome to Them. Yeah. You played that. Now a lot of man will be like, "Oh, but that's not the big tune. You can't play that." But you still played it because you thought it could work.
Yeah, I played it because me a bad bomber clock.
But this is the thing. There's man that will play tunes because they think it can work, so they will drop it. But there's DJs that will play tunes because it's what everyone else plays. Yeah. So
all right.
And now, if you go back to like the 90s era, for example, there's a plethora of artists that their albums, most of their tunes, you would play in a club, and it's not about it being.
You understand that word that he used?
For fuck's sake.
No, because Bendy's lost. What did he say? Plethora. Bendy's face was like...
Bendy thinks it's some sort of food or something. He's thinking, what?
Facts.
What kind of pasta?
Yeah, you can ask the question, man.
I'm listening.
Bendy said, talking about pasta, what's this?
And these tunes getting played... These tunes getting played back then, like, it wasn't about it being club music. It's the fact that it was good music, innit? But barring the fact that it was club music, it was good music. The only things that wouldn't have got played in the club would have been like, I don't know, something like a Bone Thugs and Harmony or something like that. But even then, someone probably dropped a Crossroads in a set.
No, like, Crossroads is
if you play Crossroads, you got to play the Blazing Squad version, though.
Nah,
fucking hell. Jesus Christ. So this is what I'm saying. I feel like
you lot are trying to give Stixy high blood pressure. You know? He's going mad over there.
No, do you know why? Do you know why?
Because I'm true, though.
Because everyone's so accustomed to just jumping on what everyone else plays, and I'm like, this is what separates certain man. Like, no one's saying that you got to play the deepest of set, because obviously man are selector, so you want to play for the crowd. I hear it, I get that, but like, there's a reason why certain tunes are broken in clubs, because there was one DJ that said, "Bro, man's playing this Blood Clot and people are gonna like it. I don't care."
But do you think that really happens anymore, though? Do you think that a DJ really goes into the club and says, "I'm champion this new song"? And
of course not.
That happens.
You should know. You can't say that. Because
that happens.
No, you know what? Listen, because you work with Caribbean Party, and you know that these guys have pushed their own songs to the point where they're out there to
but there's a formula to that. We have that's the next thing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It works. I've seen people. You know what it is? It's about the confidence of you as a DJ and how good you are on the mic to stop the crowd and explain to them. Listen, this is the next thing. I've seen Hooli do it.
Yeah, regular.
You tell them, listen, and remember where you heard it first.
We used to bust new tune all the time. We're never afraid to bust new tune. Regular.
You have to be smart. You have to mix familiar with new. Don't try and play 10 new songs because you were bored. You make everyone bored. But
you can't do that.
Mix them and you have to introduce them. It happens. But when I said earlier about DJs just being able to just join in without having the relevant training, that's when you find the sheep and they just copy. Listen, I've played out before and I've played some tunes in just a certain way that come into my head, and then chucked in a random song that I like from back in the day or whatever. And then I've gone out a couple weeks later and heard the same thing, the same order with that obscure song that I chucked in that I just like. I've heard it. And that is people that just, that looked good. It sounded good.
Do you know what? Do you know what's a bigger question for every man in the group as well, yeah? Seeing as we're talking about like how things pop off in clubs and whatever. Can every man in here honestly say they are happy with the quality of music that gets played in clubs now?
No.
Barring dancehall, because dancehall's a bit different, I think.
Dance was dead right now. For me.
For real, you feel like dancehall's dead?
Listen, and not only that, it goes to one of Fax's questions. When Fax had put in a group chat about the speed of the music being played.
It's a joke thing.
That goes along with.
This is what these youngers like, though.
It's a joke thing.
It's a fast music thing.
They should take off plus 16 and plus 50 off of the thing and just leave plus.
And the maddest thing is, do you know the maddest thing is about the speed thing?
Button, bro. It's the sync button.
Yeah, that's another. That's
everything plays fast.
That's a whole
because
next conversation.
They play one song fast and then sync the next song, so it makes all their music just super fast.
That's a whole next conversation, boy.
I think that, you know what though? I think that if you were to be in a dance and you played dancehall at 0, the vibes would be completely different. Completely. Different.
Nobody plays dancehall at 0.
I know, this is what I'm saying to you, because they're playing at plus 6, plus 8, plus 10.
Nah, plus 6, plus 8, plus 10 is fine. That's fine. They're playing at plus 24.
What?
No. Say, let me explain something. I don't know if you're joking.
English
24,
you know.
I'm not lying.
We're going to cut off.
I'm not lying. Yeah,
so 2 minutes. Yeah, it's gonna cut off in 2 minutes.
Let's start again then. We'll go back to the speed up thing.
Yeah, start back.
Yeah.
We got a dance set up straight after quarantine done.
Hey, listen, he's been delaying that every week.
Delaying it. Next week.
Postponing. Postpone.
All right, Kash Kid. I need to hear your opinion because you're just there just now.
That's true. I'm Casho.
You always don't make it in there on time, bro.
I don't know, man.
Vendi.
Hey, what you not say? What about the speed?
Yeah, what you think?
Yeah, that's it. The speed thing. Car English. I said them. I play a tune at plus 24. You know.
What do you think about Kash?
Yeah, some of the tunes, some of the selectors are playing. Some of the songs them a bit too fast still. I play tunes fast now, but you see the young DJs. It's mad. I heard in our wall man again. Yeah, but I heard it, I like in our wall man again.
Oh.
And I was like, raw. How's man playing this so fast? You can't
to the point where you can't even recognize. You see, when you play a tune normally like Spotify or one of them things, it just don't sound the same. You don't even recognize it.
let me tell you something, right? And this is not me being bad. Okay, it's me being bad mind, but I don't care. I heard somebody on a mix play a song. Yo, it was so fast. I recorded it and sent it to the artist. And said, dog,
shit. Oh, shit.
What did he say?
The artist said, yo,
shit.
if I don't play it, I said, yo, you know something I know? He said, yo, send me an Instagram. I was like, all right. And I sent him Instagram. Now, he was like, I was some pussy, I know the music. Bro, it was so fast. It was so fast, he couldn't recognize that it was his song.
That was him. Yeah, that's mad.
You know what? That's the next thing, you know, English. Cause I've always wondered if these artists take offense to man playing their music at crazy speeds.
Nah, we know enough of it, right, bro? Now fight against every young DJ who play music like that. Now send it to every artist women know. Every artist.
You know what?
But English, do you know what? DJ though? Do you talk to the DJ? Don't just run it informed. Do you chat to the DJ? Your secret.
Yeah, I do.
Business.
You know what?
Bro,
you know what? I think they don't care.
C6, you know me. You know I will go up to a DJ during his set. I'm like, bro, slow that down. Slow it down. It's too fast. Slow it down. I've done it to Swivel. Swivel, who I rate highly. Swivel, slow that down.
But this is, English, this is, do you know what the thing is, yeah? And I've said this before in conversations. I feel like there's this thing in the DJ community where we feel like we can't tell each other stuff. Like, you walking up to... Yeah, and it's a joke thing personally, because you walking up to a man saying, yo, bro, slow it down. A man will be like, would you... Bruv, like, man ain't trying to tell you that you're doing a shit job, or that you're not... I'm trying to make your thing... Like, this is coming from... And especially when it comes from a DJ who is older than you or has more experience. There's certain things that you're supposed to take on board. I'm not saying you're meant to listen to everything a man says, but there's certain things that as older DJs, if a man was to tell me that it comes from a place of, like, experience, I'm going to be like, bro, you know, my respect, brother. Like, big bro, I appreciate that. And you go on with your thing, but I think a lot of these men, like, because they're so ego-driven, once they're told something, like, it's like, rah, nah, do you know what, man's trying to disrespect me. But I feel like it's a breakdown in level of respect that certain of these younger DJs have. Obviously, my thing's a bit different because I've grown up with respect in it. So I respect most DJs older than me. But
you're right.
Why you say most?
Too many older DJs don't respect younger DJs. So when they try to give them that constructive criticism,
that's a fact as well. I feel like a lot.
DJs like, yo, you don't rate me anyway, so why should I listen to you?
Yeah, I feel like.
But you've got
English,
DJs
I don't think.
Go on, Kash.
You got DJs there's got DJs like me that I really do promote young youth. I really want to see them win and help them. So when I go to them, I'm not going to you like, yo, dog, how are you, dog? I'm like, yo, son, slow that down. Like, you know I'm your boy. Slow that down, son.
English, all right, the artists, they don't business. Check out, look at a man like Boom Boom. That man, they play tune fast, and Ding Dong is standing right there, or Popcorn is standing right there in front of him, and their vibes in out tune. The artists don't really business.
Yeah, but
their songs get
let me
played.
tell you something. A DJ like Boom Boom, that artist needs Boom Boom. He doesn't need a Mr. Hooli. He doesn't need a Kash. He doesn't need an English Fire. He needs Boom Boom. He needs that song broken in Hot Monday.
Yeah.
So then why did it
don't go around Mr. Hooli, you know. He's got his show on the radio, you know.
Come on, dog.
Hold on, though. English then, though, yeah? Why does it make it all right for Boom Boom, whoever it is, just because...
It's not all right. It's not
No.
It's not okay.
No, this is what I'm saying, though. Why does it make it all right, technically, to that artist for Boom Boom to play at this top speed, but it doesn't make it all right for me to play at the top speed? Why can I not do what Boom Boom does? I'm emulating Boom Boom.
He's using Boom Boom to get that song out there for him to make some money.
Yeah, but I'm now doing what Boom Boom does. It's not my fault. Boom Boom done it.
He don't.
Very back to Boom Boom.
No,
I'm being honest. I'm being honest with you. He's gonna see it as, I don't know Fats. Fats doesn't do anything for my career. I need Boom Boom. I don't need Fats. I'm just telling you.
I'm telling him.
I'm telling you how they're going to see it.
Any artist that has that vision, is an idiot because we.
No. But you know what? But it even goes with the artists. Them, you know how much artists will turn down 10 bookings, not bookings, but 10 interviews. But then they may go to a Westwood or they'll go to you get me? Because so they may turn down a C6 interview, Cash Kid, Fats, English, but then. Yeah. And they say, no, I'm not doing no interviews. And then tomorrow, you see them on Capital Extra and all these things with Westwood, or you know what I mean?
Dexter Daps.
Dexter Daps is one.
I said,
Dexter Daps is one.
I need you to go to the beat. I want to do some of the local shows. Man said, I want to do Charlie Sloth, Fire in the Booth. I said, okay, cool. I'll sort that out.
What?
Cool, I'll sort that out. But he said, I'm not doing anything. Charlie Sloth, Fire in the Booth, and Tim Westwood. That's it.
That was it.
Did you see him on any other radio show? Did you see him on any other radio show?
Did he actually do a Fire in the Booth?
Charlie Sloth wasn't in the country, but he did Westwood.
He got the one for Westwood, a crib session.
Is that the one that he did with Shensia?
No. This was separate. This was this year. I mean, last year.
Shensia iced him on that, though.
Last year.
Last year, he did Tim Westwood.
Yeah.
And nothing else. He would not. Oh, I'm sorry. He did Shawnee B. He would not do anything else.
He wasn't doing like community radio stations.
He would not do any community shows. He would not do anything else except Tim Westwood. And that's because all they're seeing it as what is the most I can get out of that.
It's the game.
They're not seeing it as Cash Kids on radio playing your song every day.
Yeah.
Who made Westwood like your song? Because remember the only reason Westwood knows about these songs is because he heard C6 played it.
Yeah.
That's it. He went to C6 dance.
And he goes to the dances.
He watched C6
to the hood
and he
station.
asked that 17-year-old kid to make him a mix CD and get that song on it, and then he plays it on radio like he's done it, and that's how. But it was C6 that.
See, do you know what? Yeah, it's a funny one because you see some of these. You see some of these artists as well. Yeah, it's mad because there's artists that are even bigger than Dexter Daps. But if you holler them, they'll be like, yeah, man. Because some of them come from a certain stock where they don't care about that.
Like
they're like, no, they appreciate the fact that you play their music.
If you get interviewed, Buju, I'll buy you a house.
Yo, call Coffee.
You get interviewed,
Some of these.
When Coffee comes back to town in October, she would do every community show.
Yeah, but she's small though. Listen, Buju,
but she's Grammy now.
Back in the day,
man.
I got a jingle from Buju, and he says, "There's a man in the studio called Greg. I don't know him." Buju said, "Big up C6 and Greg." Right. I said, "Yo, I'm not with Greg." He said, "Yeah, man.
Big up C6 and Greg."
Jingle done, and he walked off. Did it? And so now I play it because it's Buju in it, but it says C6 and Greg. It's Greg. I don't know Greg. Yo.
Anyone? Listen. Anyone that does a dance after this year and they book C6, put C6 and Greg on the flyer.
Yeah.
C6 and Greg.
I play it with my chest, but I don't know who Greg is.
No, I would as well, 100%. This Buju, man, business.
But listen, there's enough men who got their dubs and they pay their money for it and they say their name wrong. So they say, yo, come on, win a roadshow, big up Richie, Cypher, and Mr. Hailey. And then you do it again.
It's usually Cypher. Them get Cypher name wrong. No Jamaican man can say Cypher. Them say Surfer. Cypher. Hey, dream.
No, the business has definitely gone downhill, and it's still sliding. Like, artists don't care in the dancehall community. Artists do not rate DJs. DJs don't rate music.
So English, hold on. Going back to what I asked earlier, because I said about the quality of music. So do you think that dancehall is in a similar state? You don't really feel how things are at the moment?
Dancehall is sliding, man. The only thing I feel about in the industry right now is reggae. Dancehall has slipped.
Okay.
Why is dancehall sliding?
Dancehall shit now, man.
Because the producers don't care.
Dancehall is shit now.
Producers don't care. Producers.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Do you know why? Do you know what's mad? Do you know what's mad about that? Yeah, and this is coming from someone. Obviously, I love dancehall, but I don't really follow new dancehall like that. I don't really like it. But it's something that I feel like hearing that, it makes me think, rah, maybe that is the reason. Because like, even I watched Budger's last interview with Shawnee B, and he said it about the fact that like, and it's not even a nostalgic thing. I think it's just about the culture of dancing in general. What happened to rhythms and pieces on rhythms? And a man going into a club and playing 5 different rhythms that all just bust. Like, why is this not? That's why I rate, like, even what Super Nitro is doing. Like, I rate all of that.
Yeah, that's why we started doing them, because it don't happen
up and saying, Rod, you know what? Man's just gonna make a rhythm. I'm gonna holler out.
Can I jump on a rhythm then?
Oh,
yeah, you can. No, genuinely, if you want to jump on the rhythm, you can send you the rhythm and you can jump on the rhythm.
Get me a rhythm, man. I'll make a hit.
I do respect Nitro and Caribbean Party for what they're doing, where they're just putting out a rhythm and giving a platform to DJs,
because
artists and young artists to get out there. And because Caribbean Party have a good lane right now, they will push that rhythm, push that song, push that artist, and that artist will get played in positions in situations where they would never have been played before, or
even like
have been harder to get them.
Remember when I played Kala's tune and his heart jumped? He said, "Oh, yes, his tune's down. His tune's hard."
Because you know what else I don't feel like is fun at the moment as well. And maybe Una can correct me, because I'm like, at the moment, when I think of dancehall DJs or MCs, however you want to label them, when you go back to certain time periods, there's a list and you can pick your favorites. Whereas now, if you think about man that really go on rhythms and bust it, the only brother that comes to mind that I always think, I'd love to hear him on a rhythm now is Idonia. That's the only brother I think of that's top tier. When I think of anyone else, I'm like, yeah, but are they better than Idonia though, really? Whereas you could go back and you're picking, but like there's always a man like Vibes. I like Movado. Man like a kick.
But Vibes ain't got nowhere though. Vibes ain't got nowhere.
No, he ain't. He's not. But I mean now there's no one new. Like there's not a bunch of new artists that are riding rhythm. And you're like,
the last rhythm pack to me was the biggest last rhythm pack was what's it called, isn't it? Intense and that.
Oh. No, man, the aircraft, man.
Aircraft.
What's on aircraft? What's on aircraft?
Who's on that?
Hold on a second. That Intense song was exactly what Stix and C6 was saying earlier on. That song is a hype song. It's finished. It's overplayed. It's annoying. It's whack. It's
not finished yet. It's not finished yet. Stop it.
That song literally. Cash Kid.
That song don't play in Jamaica, Cash Kid. Cash Kid. The song don't play in Jamaica, dog.
Me have a couple of. If you don't, you got to mix it out.
Hold on. I've just come back from Jamaica 2-3 weeks ago.
That's Jamaica. You know how it goes.
Whereabouts in Jamaica was you English? Because my brother, I see Trevor tell me the same. Never see it.
All right. The hottest song in Jamaica right now, which is funny, is Rubber Band on the aircraft. Yeah. It's not even the
Javelani.
It's the fucking Javelani. The Javelani are the hot song on the rhythm, dog. I'm not asking me. I tell you, brother.
England and Jamaica is two different things. So that song still pops over here.
But you have to understand.
So barring Idonia, Idonia, who else on a rhythm are you lot like, yeah, my man can...
TGF.
Beanie can win on a rhythm.
Who said that again?
DJ's bad on a rhythm right now still.
What is that it?
Hold on. Cause I think I'm getting confused with what Stix is saying.
I'm getting confused right now.
If I drop a rhythm, any rhythm, I'm talking about if I drop Punani, Darker Shade, Shanka Shek, any
can they DJ on it? No.
DJ upon that rhythm there.
Musical artists, no.
Busy.
Yeah.
All right, and that's all right. So English. This is what I'm saying now. Everyone you've just said.
Don't go around Sasko.
Idonia. You said Idonia.
And Sasko.
Idonia.
But those are all. Everybody I'm saying is a 90s artist except Donia.
Yeah, and that's my point. Like, what is just Idonia and Busy? Is that it?
Cabra, those are all 90s artists.
No, Assassin ain't 90s, man. He's 2000s.
Assassin is late
90s,
2000.
early 2000s. It's 2000.
I've got Assassin from 1998.
Assassin is a 2000 artist. I'm telling you. But
Assassin was
What rhythm?
around in the late 90s, rolling with the
Yeah,
man.
I'm telling you.
Name a rhythm.
Remember,
Assassin.
I have on
first
Showtime.
tune
No.
was-
I have an Assassin dub on Showtime.
Yeah,
but
but
I got
Showtime is an old
1998.
rhythm. Assassin
But in
is
terms of-
I'm telling you, 2001.
I'm telling you,
but
yeah,
in terms of
2001
new,
when he was playing with Sugar Slick and all that. That's
In
in
2001.
terms of new, it's just
Yeah.
Idonia and Busy. That's all.
No,
That's
no.
it.
There
I
are
don't
some.
know
There
if
are
he's not
some
even
good
new.
artists. You know, there are some good new
Yeah, but
artists
C6
that can.
if you
that
drop
can-
a rhythm that could hold that rhythm and say, yeah, man, you go out, but who?
That's the thing is, why we say this, hold on, fast. Why we say that is, yeah, first of all, we don't see them in that dancehall setting. So so it's very difficult to come up with this. But someone, hold on. It's very difficult to say it based on what we see them do. But someone like Governor, I think he's good.
Hold on. Governor's good, but C6, stick a pin on what you just said.
English, hold on, English.
Go ahead, Cam.
Remember, Danny shut down the year that Popcorn was there, and he was playing the old rhythm, independent. I think of the answer rhythm. He might play some old rhythm, and he couldn't manage the rhythm. Them. It was.
I was just about to say C6. I was just about to say
Popcorn's got an idiot voice. We're talking about
C6,
someone.
C6,
Governor.
C6.
What about Governor? Governor is a sensible artist.
Governor Ban, right? He's been bad from Diablo. He's been bad
Governor
since
can do
Diablo.
that.
But let me tell you something. Let me tell you
Munga
what.
can do it.
No, he can. Let me tell you what reaching. Let me tell you what reaching. Let me tell you what reaching. C6.
Man just said no, he can't. No.
C6. Send them a rhythm and tell me what them for Vice it pan dub. And see if they don't message you back and say, "Why you can't have a next rhythm?"
Did you do that?
So you're saying Governor?
Of course, yeah.
Of course. Nah,
But this is.
You're sure on that rhythm?
Dexter is all right.
You're like, yes, on that rhythm.
That,
You're like,
Yeah, but six.
Yeah,
Six.
Dexter that.
But see, this is what I'm saying. All right, this is my point. This is my point. We've gone from all the artists that we're saying. If I said and again, I want to take out saying 90s and nostalgia. Forget that. I'm just talking about like skill set. There is bare artists man can mention. We'll be here all day. Buju, Cobra, Zebra, Roundhead, Harry Toddler, Spragger.
Yeah.
We'll go down the list. When you come to now, all English are said to me. Idonia.
But that's music. That's music in general. That's like garage MCs. That's like rappers. That's like everyone.
No.
The music is shit. Like what Fat said earlier.
No,
name
but
a rapper,
it's different.
Name a rapper that can keep up with Nas.
There's bare rappers that can
Lyrically?
keep up with Nas. There's bare rappers that can keep up with
There's a
Nas.
lot.
On style. On style.
There's bare. There's bare. No. There's bare.
No, because
there's
listen.
bare. I hear what you're saying.
Bro. We're talking about.
Listen,
hold on. You're speaking about 1 second. Because when we're talking about the artists, the dancehall artists, there are loads of dancehall artists that can keep up with the old school rhythms. You know what it is though?
Really?
They're not the popular ones. So when we're speaking about rappers, hold on. When we're speaking about rappers, if I said to you, name some rappers, but popular ones, you can't, because popular ones are the Migos and the Uzi Verts and stuff.
No, that's
when
fine.
you're talking about the people, the other rappers that can keep up with the old school, they're not popular, and that's just like the dancehall. The dancehall artists that
why?
are
All right, cool. So why
they're
are
not
they
the
not
good
popular
ones.
though? But why are they not popular?
Because the fan base want fickle. That's why mumble rap is better than.
Forget hip hop. I'm talking about
it's the same.
Why?
It's the same because the people that talk about the foolishness in dancehall, the intense, and the people that talk about what's the scamming guy? What's his name? Goldie. What's his name?
Skilly Bang. Skilly Bang.
No, you know I'm talking about Goldie. What's his name?
Skilly Bang.
What's his name? And he's got the tune and he said, "Oh, hello, sir. The lottery scam. What's his name?
Yeah, Bricks.
No, man.
No.
His name's Goldie Chain or some shit like that.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, but anyway, my point is, the dancehall fans want that shit. Hip hop fans want mumble rap. So all of the talented ones and all of the ones with the real skill set that learnt from the old school and that could do the rhythms and could sit with the heavyweights, they're not being pushed to the forefront because fuckery is getting through.
Yeah, but is there not? So hold on. So like what I said, because my initial question was, why? So what is there not rhythms being built? And there's not there's not man there.
What Buju was saying, Buju was talking about the foundation. Buju was talking about the foundation. There's rhythms every day being built. They're just a different type of rhythm. They're computer rhythms, they're fast rhythms, but nobody can sit on the typical Punani rhythm and ride the rhythm
Or
properly.
really rock rhythm, a rock rhythm.
But that's what I'm saying. Is that not a problem though?
But that's like
problem.
new DJs can't play on vinyl, and it's not their fault.
No, but
that's
that's different.
No, but it's not their fault. No, because if you got no, it's not. Because if you're a new, listen, hold on. Listen, if you're a 19-year-old DJ, the Punani rhythm means nothing to you.
Yeah, but this not. But
yeah, but it's knowing how to.
Like this.
Hold on, Six. It's knowing how to build it. That's the problem.
Yeah,
they're not trying.
Put it like
they're
this.
not using the essence.
Because I'm one of them people where I don't.
They want to do something very quick and crossbreed it with dancehall, with hip hop. They want to do this one bag of virgin.
So hold on. So that 19-year-old artist, why can't? So it's not his fault that this is his generation.
No, but Six.
But the producers that are in there, you got to remember now, the producers don't really change, Six.
But most of the producers, they got some little 20-year-old producers.
Six. Most of the producers in dancehall are 15 years in.
But so see, English.
Oh, man.
English, Six, watch this, yeah? English and Six, watch this. Watch this, yeah? But watch this, yeah? When it comes to what Six said, yeah, about DJs and learning on vinyl, the reason why that's different is this. For example, if you come up in a certain era, starting on vinyl might not be your way in. And when man say stuff like that, you can't mix on vinyl, so you're not a real DJ, I think that's foolishness. Because if you can use CDJs and you know the actual, you know the mechanics of beat matching and learning how to ride a pitch, I can rate you if you started on vinyl. I didn't start on vinyl. I learned after.
Right.
But when it comes to the actual skill set of knowing how to DJ, you don't need vinyl to learn that.
Yeah, but to be an artist, you don't need to ride the Punani rhythm. To be a new bashman.
No. But you need to be versatile though to be sick at what you do. No, you can't just be one dimensional.
No, but listen, when you come out as a dancehall artist nowadays, and you get given 10 rhythms, and all them 10 rhythms you can spit on them, just because you can't slow it down to a 90 BPM showtime doesn't make you shit.
All right, but
it means that you're not.
It might not mean that you're not shit, but then put it like this: the artists that we were just talking about, Buju, Spragger, Cobra, Bounty, Beanie, all these man, if they could only ride one type of rhythm, you wouldn't rate them the way that you do.
No, but listen, you're talking about Buju. Buju has been doing music before you were born.
Yeah, but that's besides the point.
So he's not even in the argument because he's gone through. But when Buju was 19, when he was 19, all the big men were looking. All the big men were looking at him and saying the same shit.
But remember now,
saying what same shit?
They're saying the same thing because he was the new school.
But when Buju was 19,
the bigger artists were looking at him.
Prove that. He had to come in the game.
Exactly. Exactly English. That's
what
I'm saying.
The darker shade.
Buju
they were there for him to ride. They were there for him to ride.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But they're not there now. Listen, who's the biggest selector? Who's the biggest selector in yard? So someone like Boom Boom, you tell me the last time you think he played the Punani rhythm. I'll wait.
We'll be waiting forever.
I said I'll
wait. We'll be waiting. And probably when he played the Buju on
if the selectors ain't playing it, well, how do you expect the artist to learn on it? There's no demand for it. The artists don't need to learn on it. The artists don't have any reason to play the Punani, the Showtime, the Shank. They don't have no reason.
It goes back to the conversation of the spread up music.
Hold on, Kash, fix your audio.
English can testify to this. When you go to Jamaica, English, talking to, don't you hear everything, every type of music?
Yeah.
They play it because it come down to a time in the dance when they want the money pull up and they want the poor team man, they want man them from foreign where I hustle, come fling down money. They'll play top Buju. They'll play the Shabba them. They'll go back to the old school. You will see Cold Red go back to the old school and play certain songs. They play those songs. Those Punani rhythms, those rhythms play. Golden Hen, they all play.
The young artists have no respect.
I feel like everyone's just on these young people.
I agree. C6, I agree with you to a point because the demand is not in the dancers, but I'm taking it before it gets there, before it gets to you, me, Boom Boom. It has to in the studio that producer hair about the music to when he's creating dancehall music to create dancehall music. They're not caring no more to create dancehall music. They want to create dance pop, trap hall. Yeah. They want
money. They want money.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. The care for dancehall music has gone. So because the care for dancehall music has gone, you're going to get a lot of watered down hype songs for right now, for quick money. You're gonna get the Intent that's gonna bust for 6 months. You're gonna get Tanta Blocks that bust for a year. Gully Bop that was hot for 6 months. You're gonna get
Gully Bop was good though.
8 months.
Gully Bop was good though. Gully Bop had
but you're saying it's good because you spit on the old rhythms though.
Yeah,
but
that's my era.
It's a
But
year.
that didn't make him good. That didn't make him good. He just spat on the old rhythms. You know what I'm saying?
It made him good to me, okay?
Yeah, good to you.
But that's what I think dancehall is lacking. I think dancehall is lacking the producers that cared. And when they put out, do you remember the days in the 90s where you used to get a prime example? You would get a rhythm on an album, and it would have 11 songs on the album, but there's actually 13 songs on that rhythm. You'd have to go find the other 2 on a compilation album or on a 45 because it's not released on the album, but there was a max. Now I'm getting rhythms with 15 to 18 songs on it, and only 3 or 4 are playing in a dance. So what the other 8? So those other 14 songs are basically a waste.
They pay for them.
But that's what I'm saying. Get back. Producers need to care about the industry again and say, you know
but
what?
Once they pay for them, you got to remember, because listen, they pay for them, and everyone's hoping to be the Intense and take over the rhythm because the Intense piece gets played more than the Cartel. So he took that rhythm, and everyone wants that.
How many songs on the Lifestyle rhythm?
About 7 or 8, about 8.
Yeah. I play when I play. I might play the Cartel. I might play Chichin Chin, and I'll play Intense.
You play the Chichin Chin?
Yeah, I like it, man. Saving Pan.
There's the Cartel Intense High Water. There's one gal on it. I don't know her name.
13 songs on the rhythm. I'm looking at it right now. 13. How many do you play, C6?
I play Saving Pan, Lifestyle. I play Intense and Squash.
4. So what happened to the other 10?
I play them in spirit.
But that's what I'm saying, and that's I think that's what's lost. Like when Traffic Blocking came, Traffic Blocking only had like 7 pieces, and we played all of them.
Every single one of them.
Anyway, listen, people. Let's stick a pin and do this again because we could be here forever and life continues. So we'll do this. We'll stick in the group. We'll set another date. I'm gonna put this out on YouTube in the next couple of days, and we can then reconvene and do part 2.
Yeah, man. Because we ain't got nowhere to go.
Some of them other topics there was meaty.
Yeah. We might have to drop out the matter on lookalike. Can coming like you're not interested.
Yes, man. Same with Nick.
Respect.
All right, respect.
Big up, man.
Yeah, big up.
Listen.